Jason was not a superstitious man. He didn't believe in ghosts or urban legends, and he certainly wasn't afraid of the dark. So, when he moved into his new apartment on the 10th floor of a sleek, modern building in the heart of the city, he never expected to encounter anything that would make him question his beliefs. The apartment was perfect, spacious, with floor-to-ceiling windows that overlooked the bustling streets below. It offered Jason a refuge from the world. The city lights glittered like stars at night, and he enjoyed the peace and quiet that came with living so high up. There was no noise from the neighbors, no honking cars or chatter from pedestrians. It was just him and the quiet. But then the tapping started. At first, Jason thought nothing of it. It was so faint, barely audible over the hum of the city below. It could have been a bird or maybe something knocking around in the wind. But night after night, as he lay in bed trying to fall asleep, the sound would return. Tap, tap, tap. He tried to ignore it, chalking it up to the building settling or perhaps the wind brushing against the glass. But as the days passed, the tapping grew more persistent. It wasn't loud, but it was rhythmic, steady, like someone lightly rapping their knuckles against the window. Always the same pattern. Tap, tap, tap. One night, after tossing and turning for hours, Jason sat up in bed and listened carefully. The sound was coming from his bedroom window, the largest window in the apartment. He glanced over at it, the curtains half drawn, and saw nothing but the reflection of his room and the faint glow of the city outside. His heart raced, but he scolded himself for being jumpy. He was on the 10th floor. There was no way anyone could be tapping on his window. He was being ridiculous. Still, the sound persisted. Jason decided to investigate. He got out of bed and walked over to the window, his bare feet silent on the cold floor. He pulled the curtain all the way back and pressed his face to the glass, peering out into the night. Nothing, just the dark, empty air between him and the street below. He tapped on the glass himself, testing the sound. It was a hollow noise, much louder than what he'd been hearing. No, the tapping he heard was softer, more deliberate. Jason shook his head, feeling silly for even considering that something strange might be going on. He returned to bed, but sleep didn't come easily. The tapping, though faint, continued, burrowing into his mind. Over the next few nights, the tapping grew more insistent. Jason tried everything to block it out, earplugs, music, even sleeping pills, but nothing worked.